All right, Achievers, Samsung just unpacked the S23 Ultra. And today, guys, I'm gonna unpack for you how you can use this device for digital planning. What does it mean to be able to use this across various apps like OneNote, Samsung Notes, Noteshelf, and any PDF annotation to get in the game of digital planning? And what does digital planning even mean? Why would you digital plan on electronic device when you have Google Calendar and Outlook and iCal, all those different things? Well, today, guys, I'm going to unpack that for you, so stay with me. So first and foremost, I'm Brandon Bonderfer, creator and founder of the Key to Success Planner. And today, guys, we are going to talk about this device here. One of the first things I want you to know is just it is a beautiful piece of hardware. Samsung, I think, really outdid themselves with the S22 in introducing that S Pen with the Ultra series last year. The 2023 just games that up a little bit. But for those of you that are new to this device, the Galaxy lineup, we're going to talk a little bit about it for you. One of the first things I want you guys to know is the fact that it has the S Pen built right in the phone. Why is that so huge? Well, I remember the days where I used to carry a little notepad up in my front pocket here, right? I used to pull that out and I'd grab my pen in my back pocket. Hopefully I didn't sit on it and have ink lines in my jeans. Mom hated that, by the way. And now I was able to write, and you can see right here, I'm able to write right on the screen. I have the ability to make quick annotations on the fly with this device, and I think that's so useful. If you're in a hardware store, if you're in a hardware store and you're trying,
nice.
Yeah, that's not nice. Thank you, Siri. I still am a big fan of Apple. We'll keep that in the video. Sorry. But anyway, you are able to take those notes where you go if you need quick measurements or anything like that. It's having that note-taking ability here is pretty cool. And with this, there's so many other cool features. And if you guys haven't already watched my productivity video that we just published a few days ago, go ahead, check that out. It's going to be in the description. We talk about different ways to create productivity. But today I want you to know one thing that's really powerful is often I use split screen mode where I have my Outlook calendar open and my planner application below that, so I can go ahead and browse throughout all of those different emails that have tasks and assignments and be able to take diligent notes so that I can prioritize myself. Now, when it comes to digital note taking, there's a lot of different apps out there, and with an Android device, there's many PDF annotation apps that you can use. You can also use an app called OneNote, which is more universal. But before we jump into the individual breakdown of each one of those apps, there's a couple things I want you to know. In general, they all have the ability to take handwritten notes. They all have the ability for you to type in them. They can record audio files, which is huge, so that if you're in a meeting, you can't write down all the notes fast enough, you can record them. You can also insert pictures. So often what I'll do is I'll take a picture of a window and I'll take out my ruler and I'll measure that window frame and write down the measurements so that when I get to the hardware store, I know what the size was, because I don't know a lot about windows and maybe the guy's got a question. I can say, hey, here's the window, here's the measurements, and they can help me through it. Those are things that are all common in note-taking apps. But there is some differentiations between the individual apps, which we'll get to in just a second. So the other thing I want you to know is our planner works across all of those apps to fulfill your needs based on the application that you feel is best for you. So let's go ahead and we're going to review 3 apps that I feel have probably the best placement on this device, and that is OneNote, Samsung Notes, and Noteshelf. And I'm going to give you some pros and cons of each so you can make the distinction of which is best for you. So let's start with OneNote. First off, something you know about OneNote, it is a free application and you can get a free personal account, and this will allow you to import our planner into OneNote. Now, what makes this application so powerful is it is universal, meaning I can use it on this device, I can use it on my iPad, I can use it on my Surface Pro, I can use it on my MacBook, my Windows computer. Any of those devices, I can synchronize my notes across. So if I take a note when I'm in a grocery store here and get back to my desk, it is right there waiting for me. It'll also even work with Onyx Books if you are someone that wants to get into e-ink technology. So OneNote is probably the most universal application. However, one thing about it is the interface is not as intuitive as other native applications to Android. However, with that being said, the Android application for OneNote doesn't have all the same features that you're going to find on an Apple device or as a Windows device. On the Android device, when we jump right into it, you're going to see, and we have the ability to go ahead and make ink notation. Now we can change the color, we can change the thickness. If we tap on that, you're going to see that here. You're going to be able to create different pens. We're also going to be able to highlight, which we can change the colors as well, and erase. And it also has the ability to use the lasso tool. Where the lasso tool is really helpful is I can come in here and I can copy this like this here and hit copy, and then I can jump to the next page in my calendar where I don't have any notes, and I can actually then tap and hold and paste those notes in there. And now you can see that those notes showed up there. And again, if I use that lasso tool, I can go ahead and I can move those. That really makes your ability to carry your to-dos from one day to the next day forward very simple. Now this is something you can do across all of the apps that I'm showing you today. But OneNote on the Android is pretty simple. It keeps you to those particular things. We can type in it. If we go ahead and hit the stop button here, I can go in here and choose to type. So I can type a message. So it is a very powerful way for us to be able to take notes. And OneNote has some neat widgets where I can go in and I can see different views of my planner. I can also have different planners and notebooks, and I can also search and see random pages that I used. So they have made developments to this app over the last year or two, but still Android does have some limited functions compared to what some of the other apps are that I'm about to show you. The next one I want to show you is Samsung Notes. Now we did a deep dive in Samsung Notes where we cover everything from how to import pictures, how to convert ink to text, how to go ahead and use those different tools.
How to take a voice message.
Facebook is calling me. I don't know if they want to use the planner. Actually, they are using the planner in the metaverse. We'll talk about that in another video. Anywho, seriously, they were calling you. See, it says right here, Facebook here. See it? I'm not lying to you. Boom, right there, Facebook. Anyway, as we jump into Samsung Notes, I'm going to show you guys how to use it on this S23 Ultra. We have a full video that shows you all the different details on how to use Samsung Notes, from being able to handwrite, to type, to even be able to import pictures, record audio, take that e-ink, that handwritten note that you made, and convert it to text. You can also write to text, so I can actually write out and those things will convert the text. And we have an entire video dedicated to that, so if you want to learn about that, check out the description, it's there for you. But when it comes to Samsung Notes, what I really like about this application is it is a PDF annotation app. So I have the ability to use hyperlinks. So I can go into reading mode here, and you can see any date in my month. If I want to get to the 31st, I can just tap on the 31st, and it takes me to the 31st. If I want to get to the 10th, I can tap on the 10th, and it'll be able to take me to the 10th. If I want to get to the 2nd, I can go ahead and get to the 2nd, and you can see my planner here. Now, like I was saying, maybe I have this note and I want to highlight it. I can go back into editing mode, and I can go down here and choose my highlighter. I can change the color of my highlighter, and I can go ahead and I can highlight this particular note. And I find being able to handwrite notes, use the highlighting tool to call things out is so awesome. Now what makes this even cooler is if you are using other Samsung Galaxy products, such as Facebook really wants to get a hold of me. They're calling me on my other phone now. Wow. Back to the story. If you're using other Samsung devices, such as a Samsung tablet, or if you're using the new Samsung Galaxy Books lineup that just came out with the release of this phone, you're going to be able to take notes here, go to those devices, they're going to sync over, and you're going to be able to capture and see those notes in real time. Now, what happens if you don't have a Galaxy laptop and you want to be able to still see these notes? Well, use the Phone Link app that we discussed in our last video, and you're actually able to see the screen of this phone on your Windows computer, open up Samsung Notes, and be able to take off where you left off with your note-taking ability. What I like about this application is it's really integrated, it's very intuitive. There is tons of different features that are available to you, and we uncover those in our Samsung Notes video that we did, so you definitely want to pay attention to that. The other thing that I really like about this application is just the simplicity. The UI is very friendly. It's very simple, but yet very intuitive when it comes to being able to take notes. The last application I want to show you is Noteshelf. I show this application because it doesn't have all the functions that we have in the previous two applications, but it does have the ability to work across platform, and I'll put a big asterisk on that. What I mean by that, it allows you to back up on one device and open up on another device. And where that's important, say if you came from the iPhone world and now you are using this device and you want to be able to pull your notes from the iPhone to this device, with Noteshelf you'll be able to do that because it does have the ability to back up with Dropbox. What I like about the application is it does have that traditional note-taking feel that so many of us are used to. It is a paid app, and you do have to pay for it on each version that you use it for. So if you want to use it on your computer and your phone and your tablet, you're paying for that 3 times. But the efficiency of the app, I definitely feel is worth it. It has a lot of the same tools that you've seen in other note-taking apps, just like we've previously talked about. But it really does give you the ability to do some customization. It has that ability for you to be able to write notes, just as we've seen in some of the other pieces. It has the ability for you to be able to draw shapes, which I think are all important pieces of a note-taking app and all things that you're going to want to explore. And you can see example, that square is made perfect with that feature, and I can go ahead and write in there. So that is my look at these different apps for note-taking. They all work with the Key to Success Planner. So if you're interested in learning about how you increase your productivity, how you get that vision that you have for yourself on paper so you can outline objectives, create action steps, and implement those into your daily plan so you become more efficient and organized in your life, I'm here to help you with that. If you got one thing out of this video, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. If you got a question, by all means, ask it in the comments. If I don't personally respond to you, I promise you somebody in the community will get in touch with you. If you have a question about our planning system, jump on our website. We have a chat that's available. A lot of questions can be answered through that. We have a lot of videos. One thing about our look at tutorial videos on this platform as well as any other platform, we're about getting reviews that help you improve your productivity in your means in life. We don't sometimes always dive into the tech specs for the nature of the fact that's out there. You can get that information, but I want to be able to show you how you can utilize these products and devices and how you can make the most out of your life. Lord willing, guys, I will see you in the next video. Facebook is calling me again. Gotta go.